Boy, all that gangster talk, all that you ain't say nothing to the police stuff and everything, bruh, this right here is going to be crazy. Now, to protect certain people, all I'm going to say is last week. Last week, Ben 10 got interviewed by two detectives, one white, one Hispanic. So when y'all see whichever one of these detectives pop out, bruh, it's all bad. What I mean when I say it's all bad, all the rumors about the feds and all this shit and everything, yeah, that's true. But HPD got their detectives that just talk to Ben 10.
No way the NBA crew is about to fold like some amateurs after this fresh report dropped about Ben and OG3 snitching. This is serious. Stop whatever you're doing right now. Pause that game, put your phone down, shush anyone next to you, because what I'm about to share is one of the most insane stories to hit the rap and NBA world in ages. And I'm not exaggerating. This story has it all. We're talking danger, loyalty pushed to its limits, betrayals that cut deep. It even drags one of the most influential names in the music scene into a mess nobody predicted. Picture this: shootings, birthday parties turning into crime scenes, and whispers of snitching at the highest levels. This is the story of OG3, Ben 10, and J. Prince Jr., and how a night meant for celebration allegedly started a chain reaction that shook Houston's music scene to its core. By the time I'm done, your jaw will be on the floor. But here's the kicker. You need to listen closely. The wildest part of this story isn't actually the night that everything went down. The real shocker, what happened after. Because that's when the story flips on its head. That's when people you thought had your back showed their true colors. So don't click away. If you missed the ending, you're missing the part that's got the whole internet buzzing and split down the middle right now. All right, before we jump into the chaos, let me paint the picture for you. Context is everything here. If you know Houston's rap scene, and I mean really know it, you're familiar with the name J. Prince. This man is a legend, CEO of Rap-A-Lot Records, the label that put Houston's voice on the map in a way no one can downplay. We're talking about a legacy that includes icons like Scarface and the Ghetto Boys. J. Prince didn't just enter this game, he built an empire from the ground up in one of the toughest, most cutthroat industries in the world. And he didn't just survive, he dominated, gaining respect, connections, and yes, a reputation that commands attention far beyond the music world. His name alone carries serious weight. Imagine stepping into a world where most people in the game only dream of getting even a glimpse inside. That's the life J. Prince Jr. inherited. As the son of the legendary J. Prince, he's got an all-access pass others can't touch. Doors open effortlessly, powerful connections come naturally, and respect, it follows him like a shadow. Still, with that name comes a weight that's hard to describe. Everyone's watching, waiting to see if he's really got what it takes to live up to the legacy, holding him to a sky-high standard. The pressure? Absolutely immense. But J. Prince Jr. has been out there grinding, making moves of his own, rubbing shoulders with NBA stars, collaborating with artists, immersing himself in culture, and trying to carve out his own legacy right next to everything his father built. For a while, it looked like he was succeeding. People weren't just seeing him as J. Prince's son, but as someone who genuinely mattered in his own right. He earned respect, earned access, and seemed to be stepping into his own spotlight. Then, everything shifted. And the turning point? A birthday dinner. Now, let me break down who OG3 is, because this isn't someone you come across casually. In certain Houston circles, and I mean a very specific exclusive world, OG3's name carries weight. This isn't just about the city or a neighborhood. It's about a unique intersection where the streets, entertainment, and NBA worlds collide in a way that looks glamorous from the outside. But inside, it's far more complex, layered, and intense. OG3 is deeply connected to the streets, tied to basketball culture, plugged in with the kinds of people who run in rooms most of us will never see. And OG3 and J. Prince Jr., this isn't some once-at-a-party connection. They had a real bond, shared meals, true respect, and what seemed like genuine friendship. That's key to remember, because the closer the connection, the louder the shock when things blow up. So, OG3 hosts a birthday dinner. Sounds straightforward, right? Just a night of celebration. People he trusts, great food, positive vibes. A night where everyone leaves feeling good about the time spent. That's what it's supposed to be. And by all accounts, that's exactly how the night was meant to go. No one walked into that dinner expecting anything other than a great time. No one saw what was coming next. Picture this. Everyone at the table was alert, standing on edge like they sensed something was about to go down. It was supposed to be a simple birthday dinner, a night for celebration, laughter, and good vibes. But then, things took a wild turn, because right there, in that very room, was Ben 10. Now, hold up. I'm not talking about the cartoon character. This Ben 10, he's part of the same inner circle, moving with J. Prince Jr., someone who had earned his way into that world through connections and trust. From the outside, you'd assume Ben 10 was solid, loyal, part of the crew, and on the same team as everyone else around that table. That's exactly what everyone thought going into that night. But here's the crucial point I need you to lock in. In these kinds of scenes, the biggest threat isn't the stranger outside, the unknown face lurking around. It's the person you invited in, the one you shared meals with, laughed with, trusted enough to let into your inner circle. Remember that. Now, imagine this. It's OG3's birthday. It's his moment, his night to shine. And while everyone's gathered to celebrate, inside the restaurant, with him right there, gunshots ring out, not outside, not after the party's over, right in the middle of the dinner. Seriously, that's next level shocking. Ben 10 gets shot right there at OG3's birthday dinner. And just like that, the internet explodes. Social feeds light up, from Houston to New York to LA. Everyone wants to know, who did it and why? Because here's the deal, it's never random. No one just walks into a birthday party and fires shots by accident. This was planned, it was targeted. It was a message, a loud and clear warning sent to specific people about some specific business. Once folks started unraveling what that message might be and who was behind it, the story shifted from shocking to downright jaw-dropping. But let me tell you something about how this world works. When something like this happens, the real story doesn't come out right away. Information rarely spills out in a neat, official announcement. Instead, it leaks slowly, through one conversation, then another, through social media posts that disappear just as fast as they appear, and through whispers that grow louder until everyone can't ignore them. After that birthday dinner shooting, those whispers didn't just fade away, they evolved, pointing fingers in a direction that shocked almost everyone. The name that started popping up wasn't some random outsider or an unknown face. No, it was someone right inside the circle, someone deeply connected. The name on everyone's lips, J. Prince Jr. Now, take a moment and really let that sink in, because this is no casual rumor. This isn't a wild guess tossed around online. This is a person linked to every key player involved, someone who had ties to OG3 and who was supposedly running things alongside Ben 10. And here's the claim that's got the whole internet buzzing, spinning with theories. J. Prince Jr. allegedly gave Ben 10 the green light, the actual approval, for what went down that night at the dinner. The claim is that Ben 10 didn't just act on his own, that he was told, go ahead, do it. Can you believe this? Are you shocked? Because this moment right here is where the story stops being just about a shooting and suddenly becomes something way bigger and far more tangled. Think about what this means if it's true. I'm just sharing what's out there. Judge for yourself. But imagine this. If J. Prince Jr. really gave the orders, then Ben 10 wasn't walking into that party with his own motives. He wasn't there just following personal grudges or feelings. He was allegedly a tool, a messenger, someone sent to carry out a plan, while the person giving the orders stayed far removed from the actual scene. And the person who supposedly pulled those strings was closely tied to OG3, the man whose birthday night turned into a crime scene. That's cold, methodical, and honestly difficult to wrap your head around. And according to the rumors, that's exactly what happened that night. And let me tell you, the deeper you dig, the darker this story gets, with every new angle you see. Now, this is exactly where everything begins to shift, and where the next chapter of this story really takes off. Here's a story I truly believe we all need to pause and really take in, because everything up until now, as intense as it's been, is just the beginning. After that shooting, Ben 10 was in a critical state. This wasn't some minor scrape or something you could just shake off. Ben 10 was fighting for his life. And while he was lying in the hospital, the streets were buzzing nonstop. Everybody on social media trying to connect the dots, asking what exactly went down that night. Behind the scenes, serious conversations were happening. Real decisions were being made, choices that would decide how this whole saga would unfold. Because in these situations, there are always two paths, and everyone in that world knows what they are. Path 1, the unspoken street code. You say nothing to the cops. You keep everything close, handling your business your way, inside your own circle, outside the grip of any system that doesn't belong to your world. That's the rule. That's what's expected. Path 2, well, that one carries a weight like no other. Once you take it, there's no turning back. It puts a label on your name, one that sticks for life in these circles. And here's where the story flips completely. Ben 10 wakes up, and he starts talking. No joke. According to everything spreading like wildfire across social media, the word on the streets, and what fans are saying, Ben 10 reportedly gave a detailed statement to law enforcement about what happened that night at OG3's birthday dinner. He sat down, shared his side of the story, named names, described the how and the why. But here's the bombshell. He wasn't the only one. OG3, the birthday man, the host, the reason all those people were there that night, he allegedly did the exact same thing. He gave a statement too. Let that sink in. The two people at the very heart of this entire situation, both reportedly cooperating with investigators, both giving accounts of the night, both breaking silence, and the name that reportedly kept. Coming up next, we dive into the name that keeps coming up in these conversations, J. Prince Jr. This isn't a drill. This isn't just online chatter or a simple argument blown out of proportion. What we're looking at here are actual statements made to real law enforcement officers, shared in a formal legal setting. This is information that carries weight, information that authorities can use, with serious consequences hanging in the balance. When you grasp the gravity of what reportedly went down, suddenly everything that follows falls into place. It's wild, no exaggeration. Because this story just went from everyday drama to something genuinely serious with legal power behind it. Now, listen closely because this is where all the pieces click together. I'm sharing what's being said, what analysts are piecing together, and how the story looks from the outside. Fans believe that the reason J. Prince Jr. got arrested links directly back to those statements allegedly given by Ben 10 and OG3 to law enforcement after that shooting. Pause and think about that for a moment. The very people who were supposedly caught in the middle, the ones who some say were manipulated or set up by someone they trusted, those same people are now the reason that person is facing serious consequences. That's a plan that went south in the worst way imaginable. It's what happens when you treat people as pawns, only to have them decide they're done being used. This is loyalty tested, and it cracked in a way no one expected. And of course, we have to address the big topic everyone's talking about. Once news spread that Ben 10 and OG3 spoke with police, the internet exploded. Comments flooded in, posts went viral, podcasts lit up. The word echoing everywhere, snitching. Now, I'm not here to tell anyone how to feel about street codes or loyalty. That's not my role, nor is it the focus here. But what I am going to do is break down why this specific accusation has ignited such a strong reaction. This situation hits way harder than your typical internet, he said, she said drama, and here's why. OG3 and Ben 10, they're not just random people who accidentally got caught in something they didn't grasp and freaked out. No, these are insiders, people who have been deep in this world long enough to know all the unwritten rules, fully understanding the code, what it means, what happens when you break it. And word is, they did break it. That's why the internet exploded the way it did. But here's where things get truly tricky, and I really want you to think this through with me. This part of the story is the real dividing line, where opinions split and meaningful conversations have to happen. If J. Prince Jr. allegedly gave Ben 10 the green light to do what went down at that birthday dinner, and Ben 10 was just following orders from someone above him, what does that say about the whole code? Because yeah, talking to police, that's snitching in the streets, no question. That's the way it's always been seen. But here's the catch. If you were allegedly used by someone you trusted to carry out a violent act, and now that same person is trying to walk away without a scratch while you face the fallout alone, do those rules apply the same way? If you were sent into a room to do something and the mastermind is safe and sound, is that person still protected by the code? Should they be? This question has been sparking heated debates everywhere, from comment sections to podcasts, group chats, and social media threads, ever since the story blew up. Honestly, are we really shocked people are split on this? I'm not. This situation isn't simple, it's layered, it's messy. And that's exactly why it won't fade away anytime soon. What makes OG3's part in all this even more jaw-dropping is this. It was his birthday dinner, his night, his celebration. Everyone gathered to show him love, to celebrate him. And allegedly, someone used that very moment, used that gathering, took advantage of a room full of people who were relaxed, joyful, and unsuspecting. Picture this. A birthday dinner, an event meant for celebration, twists into the backdrop of chaos and violence. Then comes the fallout. The statements made, the cooperation with investigators, the details that allegedly surfaced. And suddenly, those very pieces of information become the chains that lead to the person who set the whole thing in motion, getting handcuffed. Take a moment to let that sink in. Imagine using someone's birthday as cover for something violent, only for both the birthday guest and the person injured that night to become the reason the mastermind is arrested. It's one of the most shocking, twisted, and jaw-dropping stories I've come across in a long time. And no, this isn't fiction. This is real life, with real people and consequences that don't vanish once the news cycle moves on. When news broke that Jay Prince Jr. had been taken into custody, social media erupted instantly. And it wasn't just noise. That name carries serious weight. This isn't just famous in Houston or within rap circles. Jay Prince's legacy commands respect across the entire entertainment and sports landscape. Athletes recognize the name. Artists do too. Industry bigwigs listen when it's mentioned. So, when serious trouble connects to that legacy, it sends ripples far beyond one community. People everywhere took notice. Fans started piecing things together. They matched the timeline of events, merging what came after the shooting with the arrest happening in court. Ordinary viewers, scrolling through YouTube and Twitter, suddenly turned into amateur detectives, mapping out the sequence, pointing at what happened and exactly when. And time and again, their focus landed on the same critical clue, the statements coming from Ben 10 and OG3. Now, I get it. Some of you feel strongly about what those two allegedly did, and that sentiment comes from a genuine place, especially if you understand the culture and the circles involved. But here's something to think about. Sometimes, the loudest voices calling out blame are the ones who stand to gain the most from where they're pointing. Sometimes, the people under fire are caught in situations so complex, they seem impossible to navigate. And sometimes, the real accountability in a story like this often hides in the background, overshadowed by all the distractions meant to pull your attention away. Just putting that out there. Think about it before you fully make up your mind. All right, let me take a step back for a moment, because when we get lost in the nitty-gritty details, something much bigger tends to get buried. At its core, this whole situation is about power. What happens when someone holds too much of it, but faces very little responsibility for how they use it? Jay Prince Jr. wasn't just any person. He was someone with serious pull. When he gave a signal, people moved. Doors opened at his knock. Trust, loyalty, and opportunities were handed out because of who he was and because of the legacy of his family. When that kind of influence is wielded with care, it can spark amazing things. But when it's twisted, used to control, to put others at risk, to turn the support and loyalty around you into a weapon while you stay protected on the sidelines, that's where things go off the rails, sometimes beyond repair. And according to what's been said, that's exactly what happened here. That trust, it was supposedly turned against some people. That influence, allegedly exploited. Those who were caught in the middle made a choice, a decision that turned everything upside down. Because when people feel like pawns in someone else's game, when they risk it all for someone who never planned to stand by them if things fell apart, sometimes those people start speaking up. Now, I'm not telling you what to think or what to do. That's not my place. But it's simply part of how people react when pushed into a tight spot. The rules can start to shift when you're inside the corner, and that perspective can be very different from what we see on the outside. Okay, let's bring it all together because we've covered a lot. and I want to make sure everyone walks away with a clear picture. Here's the rundown. OG. 3 hosts a birthday dinner. Ben 10 shows up. At that dinner, Ben 10 allegedly faces a shooting incident. And the story that's been floating around is this. Jay Prince Jr. is allegedly the one who pulled the strings, the one who gave the orders, the one who supposedly told Ben 10 what needed to be done. That's the story unfolding right now. What's true, what's alleged, and the reactions that have followed. All right, here's the final chapter. It all supposedly started with one person, someone who stayed far away from the chaos, but is believed to have sparked the entire chain of events. And then, against all odds, Ben 10 survives. When Ben 10 finally regained consciousness, the pieces fans have been putting together from everything online suggests something huge happened. Ben 10 reportedly spoke with the authorities. At the same time, OG3, the same person whose birthday celebration turned into an unexpected crime scene, also supposedly gave a statement. Fans believe that these conversations, this cooperation with the investigation, were the key reasons Jay Prince Jr. ended up in handcuffs. Now, whether you see that as justice served or something else depends entirely on where you stand. It's a debate about loyalty, about the unspoken rules, and when those rules are meant to apply. But there's one thing no one can deny. This story is one of the most intense, complicated, and jaw-dropping dramas that we've seen in a long time. It's a mixture of betrayal, violence, and loyalty stretched to their absolute breaking points. A legendary name tied to a deeply serious situation, and 2 people caught in the middle, allegedly used, and now at the heart of a story the entire internet can't stop talking about. But let me take a moment to remind you something important. Behind every headline, behind every rumor and twist, are real people, real families, real lives forever changed by what supposedly happened that night at the birthday dinner, and by everything that unfolded afterward. No matter how the courtroom drama plays out, and make no mistake, it will play out. A lot of people are carrying the consequences every single day, and that is worth remembering. No matter how wild or hard to believe the story gets, these are not just names or characters in some online saga. These are human beings, and respect for that is something we should always hold on to. If you made it all the way through this deep dive, from that unforgettable birthday dinner to the arrest, you already know the drill. Smash that like button right now. Don't hesitate, just do it. And if this is your first time here, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe and ring that notification bell, because here, we never just scratch the surface. We dive deep every single time. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you think Ben 10 and OG3 were wrong for allegedly cooperating with the police? Or do you believe they were stuck in a situation where they did what they had to, no matter the cost? There's no wrong answer, just a space for honest conversation. Thanks for sticking with me to the very end. Let's keep this story alive, responsibly. See you in the next video.